I'm restraining from giving you the obvious, which you're already doing, the transport business that you may be doing already, the Uber, the planting of hair and all that. Those are things that you must be doing already. And carpentry, a skill that So those are others. So but I'm launching us into those things that we could not have thought about, we may not have thought about. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, please subscribe. So today we come to talk to our friends in the diaspora, whereas we encourage investing back home and investing in our country. And in this particular case, Uganda, I advocate for the investment in Uganda. I acknowledge that most of us could have already left the country and are out there looking for the funds. So it's important that we get into the depth of you are there, you have gone, you are out, then what? Because most of us may actually be stuck. You don't know where to start from. You are in the diaspora, you've arrived, and you don't know what to do there. So let's dive. One, I know living in the diaspora provides a unique set of opportunities to start businesses in your new community that you have joined. But before you going out and launching any business, conduct research and be able to get to understand this into depth before you sink in the money and all that. Understand the legal, the regulatory requirements, and tailor your services to be able to meet the needs, those specific needs of the community in which you are living in. Building a business that resonates with the community values and interests will actually increase the likelihood of the success of your business. So while you are in the diaspora, ladies and gentlemen, for me, these are my top 10 business ideas that I would suggest that you try out. If you could have tried, or different people have tried them and they have worked. So think through them or develop them if you're the first person. Number one will be for you to set up the cultural apparel store. Open up a store that actually sells additional clothing, accessories, or cultural items from the country, home country from which you come from, catering to the diaspora desires to actually connect with their roots. The beauty with this is you have had the connections back home, so you know the supply and you're able to be the supply of these goods. So establish your networks or back home liaise with the people back home, and when people are coming and going, pay for an extra suitcase and fly these things into the country where you want to do this business. Two, you can actually set up an international grocery store. One, here, I am talking about you being able to sell foods that relate with your culture back home. Start a grocery store that specializes in products from your home country, providing that familiar taste of home food to the people in the diaspora is something that most of them yearn for, because not all of them have the opportunity to actually move back home and have a taste of this food. Buy the matoke, get the yams, get the Irish, get the sweet potato, move these things, go and do luwombo, sell what you need to do luwombo, and sell them in those countries wherever you are. Think about your cultures back where you come from and be able to do this business. The third for me is the language school. Establish a language school that is offering courses in the languages of your home country, helping individuals in the diaspora maintain or reconnect with their language skills. Most of us have gone in the diaspora, started up families, have children, but we would want that they get to know our local languages. So identify the communities that come from your country and set up teaching their children or teaching them themselves about the local dialect. That's an opportunity that you can do. My fourth would be cultural events planning, because people are out there, they yearn to feel like they're home. Organize cultural events, festivals, themed parties. That's something you can do to celebrate and showcase the diversity of the diaspora heritage. Do different events that showcase the culture of where you come from. That's a way for you to actually make money while in the diaspora. fifth, ladies and gentlemen, is you can actually, one thing that I know that most of the people struggle with while choosing to invest the money back home is how to be able to remit the money back home. So as a creative person, this is something that you should think about. You have the money, you have the technology. Think around that. How best can you help the people that are working in the diaspora be able to remit their finances back home? Start a business that facilitates international money transfers, offering competitive rates, and because there are those that already exist, of course. But then make sure that you offer competitive rates and you're better than others. And then also look at the convenience of your services for the community without it being monotonous. So make sure that it is convenient and fast and easy for them to use. So you can tap into the technology and think, research about how best you make this easier. Because most people that actually go outside in the diaspora, they just go out because it's a money bag. When they get the money, they want to send it back home. So think how you make it easy for them to send those monies back home. Sixth, for me, is you can start a travel agency for the diaspora tours. Now, you can create a travel agent specializing in tours and travel packs that cater to the diaspora's interest in visiting their home country and exploring their cultural roots. So you can start it while you're in the diaspora. And why it becomes easier is you should have established connections and route back home. So you know which people to call, you know which services they require, you know what is interesting, you know what rates it would cost, so you will know how much markup you should be able to add on this. Ladies and gentlemen, the seventh for me is digital media platform. Now, one thing we need to appreciate is we are seeing a lot of people spending time on media. We are seeing a lot of people investing in social media. Network tech is the food that we feed on these days. Like everything went So you can launch a digital platform that produces content relating to the diaspora community, including news, entertainment, lifestyle content. So you can create this and showcase what exactly is happening in that particular country you're in. Because you know that back home, there are other people that are going to be traveling and they actually need to know where you are, what is happening there, and then us looking and running. I know there are many opportunities, but I'm restraining from giving you the obvious, which you're already doing, the transport business that you may be doing already, the Uber, the planting of hair and all that. Those are things that you must be doing already. And you know, carpentry, a skill that you know. So those are others. So, but I'm launching us into those things that we could not have thought about, we may not have thought about. Ladies and gentlemen, the eighth for me is the virtual community hub. For this is you can create an online platform, social network, specifically designed for people in the diaspora to connect, share experiences, and support each other. We know the greatest thing that actually, if there's anything that is called depression, it lingers and runs around people that work in the diaspora because of missing home, feeling like they are far away, and all they are concerned about, they're focusing about is work. So they need that belonging. And yet very many of us, or you, keep very busy in different areas. So most of the people don't seem to get to meet. So can you create the online platform? We have so many people that there are so many communities that have been built. Social media has created opportunities for communities, and people pay subscription fee to be able to get in there, be able to make sure that the content shared is adding value to the people and all that, and developing them. My ninth recommendation, ladies and gentlemen, on what you can do is you can actually do importation of goods from Uganda, say, as a country, or your country, to actually where you are. I'll give you an example. Look out for what is the commodities that are readily available and cheap, and yet you know they are demanded. I'll give you an example. Uganda has the best coffee. We have very good coffee. We have most of the diaspora countries, most of the outside countries consuming a lot of coffee where you stay. Network, understand who are the farmers this side. Or even if you do not start from that level of knowing the farmers, at least you're at a point of knowing where do I buy the coffee, and then have it shipped, and then you supply it. You open up an online shop. You can go to eBay, you can go to Best Buy, you can go to any of the online shops that sell best in your country, and sell and import goods that are made in your country that will be very unique, and then sell them to your country. Ladies and gentlemen, the 10th, last but not the least, is for you to be able to create the health and wellness programs. We know that health in most of the countries is something that they're battling with. So it could be online, where you develop your virtual health and wellness programs that are tailored to the diaspora community in particular, maybe doing the fitness classes, the nutrition advice, the mental health support. You can actually also decide to do it physically. If you're in the diaspora, reach out to the people that need these services, cancel them, visit them, offer them the care, offer them the support. They are going to work, they have families, they need someone to take care of their families. So that is one of the things that you can actually get in. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many. The list is exhausted. It cannot be exhausted. But as you get in deep, as what we have said from the beginning, make sure you do your research. Make sure that you make the rightful choices. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've subscribed by now. If you haven't, please subscribe, because there's so much content that you do not need to miss. Please stay with us, and we look forward to those stories and the success stories. Share your comments. What has been your success story? What is that business idea that you think someone can tap into that is working well for you while you're in the diaspora? You can share your comments down. If it's not among those that we talked about, then people can always read and get to learn. We are here to learn and improve each other. Ladies and gentlemen, till next time, bye-bye.